cut me off. If it does, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what the heck is going on with YouTube. I mean, it is just closing out and it'll cut off the live stream. So I hope that doesn't happen this time. And we'll see what goes on. We will continue here. So we had Sahu, Aisha or Ayushi. I forget what the name was. But you know who you are if you are here. Ayusha or Ayusha, I think it was. And then who's that third person? I wonder if they'll be, oh yeah, Riddy. So yeah, we'll start with them. We'll just wait for some people to get here, and I don't know what the hell keeps happening, so hopefully that doesn't happen this time. We're just gonna go with it and see what happens, you know? It's all we can really do. She's gonna turn off the light. Okay, so go away.
Let her in the drawer, son.
No, I'm not gonna let her in the drawer. Well, no. Okay. Hi, Danielle. Yeah, you are the first person here and the only one right now. I hope those other people are not here. I'm just going to get the link and share it over at the other live stream because I had another one going and it cut off. So I'm just going to go and send this one over there. Let's see. Oh, I can't. Let me see if I can comment. Why are comments turned off? Oh, that's convenient. I'm just going to take this off because it doesn't need to be on. Okay. Okay. Now that one's gone. All right. Brea or Brea. Okay. So you guys are the first two here, and since you are one of the first 3 people, you will get a free reading because that's something that I do now. You know, if you're one of the first 3 people here, you will get a free reading. So on this, I just was live a second ago and it cut off. So I had 3 people set already, and if they come, then I'm going to go and, you know, I'm going to go ahead and give them the readings. But since you guys are the only ones here right now, then, you know, that's fine. It seems like, you know, if they come in though, yeah, I'll definitely give it to them still because it's not really their fault that this whole thing happened. So, yeah, it's kind of exciting. Hi, Dolakia. Cool. So you read the description. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're like, yeah, I know exactly. Cool. So if you guys do want a free reading, the first 3 people here, since you guys here right now, actually Danielle, Brea, and Dolakia, you guys get a free reading because you are the first 3 people here. And that's just how I do it. So subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate a like on this video. So know that that's how I do it. And if you want to be part of that, then turn on notifications for next time. And also I'm doing personal readings today. So if you guys do have a question you want to ask specifically, you can read the description and see the pricing for that. So let's start off with you guys. What deity should I work with next? What do you mean by that exactly? like are you a witch or something? I mean, I don't know. I just don't get what you're asking. Just kind of like, you know, break it down for me on it, you know, so I can know exactly what you want to know. And so you three, can you post your questions? If you have a question, a specific question you'd like to ask, you are the first three people here, so that's why you will get that opportunity first. And for the rest, it will be general readings for free, but, God? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to elaborate, because I just don't know what you're asking. Wouldn't that be the day then? Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just going to pull some cards here. This is the Heavenly Bodies, well, it's not tarot. It is an astrology deck, and it's all the planets, asteroids, the aspects, you know, the planets, the signs. So it's a really cool deck, and I've been using it a lot lately to ask questions. So let's see, for Danielle, what does she need to know? Can you give us some cards for the energy that she needs right now? That would be helpful to her. Whatever it is that she's trying to find out or get clarity about. Point us in the right direction for Danielle here. Help us to figure out what is the best way for her to go. What direction do you want to point her in? What do you want to bring to her attention? Pluto. Transform. Okay, Pluto transform. First of all. Transform. So, big transformations, but changes. Okay, so let's see what else. Pluto's a pretty big deal. You know, it's smallest planet, but it's a pretty big deal. The death and rebirth. Purging, exposing. That's Scorpio. Ruled by Scorpio. Or, I mean, Scorpio's ruled by Pluto. So let's see here. Are you a Scorpio? That would be funny. Tell us what Danielle needs to see and hear and understand and know. What does she need right now to hear? What does she need to understand? What do you want to bring to her attention right now, today, here, please? For Danielle. You want to bring to Danielle's attention today, please? Air. Open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Air. Open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. The moon, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. The moon, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. The moon rules Cancer, and air is the element of Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Pluto rules Scorpio, so I wouldn't be surprised if these signs have something to do with your life at this time. If they don't try to force it, you know, if it's not there, it's not there, but just letting you know what these other, you know, what these planets represent, what signs in this element. Satisfy emotional needs, open-mindedness. So it seems like you're going to be coming to some kind of like you're going to evolve a bit, learn a bit, you know, about yourself and how to be more accepting, how to see things differently, not so rigid, you know. And that should be emotionally satisfying for you. That will be something you've never really done or been able to allow yourself to do, and it seems like that's going to be helpful to you. But it's kind of like also saying satisfy emotional needs and nurture self and others. It's kind of like wanting you to do that. So it's not like that's what's going to happen. It's like you should do that. You know, think about that. Consider that instead of not considering that, like you probably have been doing for a long time. You know, be open-minded and learn. Be objective. Don't just be, you know, taking everything personally. Kind of try to look outside, from the outside in, and just notice things that you never noticed before, so that you don't have to, you know, take it so hard or feel like it's something against you or something to that effect, you know. House 2 is physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. Yeah, that's a big one. So this is obviously going to affect your security within yourself, and also just whatever makes you feel secure, you know, whatever makes you feel safe in the material world, you know, a house, a car, money, literally, everybody's different. But Libra is consideration, fairness, and harmony. So cool. We do see some balancing out. And I think it has a lot to do with, obviously, air and the moon. Pluto is the transformation, like this is something that is different for you, something that you're not really used to doing, something that would be a big change, but even more than that because it's the transformation. So house 2, it should affect your security in a positive way if you're able to satisfy your emotional needs, nurture yourself, and nurture others, you know, appropriately. I feel like you haven't really been able to do that. You've kind of been maybe trying to avoid or hide from some kind of emotional, complicated emotions, quite possibly, it seems, because this transformation would be something really good for you. So I feel like you haven't been able to do that in the recent past. This would be something new. Neptune and Venus, give and receive love, find value, and see beauty. It's going to open up a new kind of world for you. You know, you're able to notice things you weren't able to notice before. That's why it says, you know, be objective, learn, be open-minded, like see things differently. You know, don't allow yourself to just be in the place that you've been in, because obviously it hasn't been a good place. You know, transform, and then all of this stuff comes out. It makes me feel like you haven't been able to hone in on these, you know, these certain things that other people can do. So Neptune is dream and transcend. It's kind of like almost like it's surreal, like it's not really happening. There could be some really beautiful things and some really nice moments you have along this journey while you're embracing this kind of, you know, change. If you're able to do that, if you're able to allow yourself to do that, you could learn some things that would be really helpful to you that you just haven't been able to allow yourself to understand or even look at until now. There is kind of a little bit of a worry about it being, you thinking it is surreal, so you thinking that it is not realistic or something like that, you know? Because that's Neptune. Neptune can be illusions, but I feel more so that it's talking about, like, this would be something that feels really good and it seems almost like unrealistic, but you're not thinking about it in a way that's like, this is unrealistic. You're just thinking like, wow, you know, like this is kind of something I never imagined would happen, or something I never thought that I could be able to see, you know? Like a new perspective on something, a new way of perceiving life and yourself too, and your self-worth, you know? So, balancing out of things. I haven't been reading your comments. What did you say? So hopefully that was helpful to you, Danielle. Hopefully you got something from that, because I definitely saw something there with transformation. You're going to need to make some changes. You don't have to, but, you know, it might be really nice. It might be a good idea to do that. Open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Learning about satisfying your emotional needs, nurturing yourself, nurturing others. This would be a big change for you. Maybe you've never considered that before. Or it's been tough. It's been difficult for you to do that. To really hone in on what you need emotionally to feel secure and to feel safe. To feel like you have a self-worth. So, Riddy, hey! Yeah, definitely. Definitely post your question, because I was letting them know that the live got cut out for some reason. So yeah, you were definitely one of the first 3. So yes, definitely go ahead and post your question, because I still am willing to read for you. I want to do that because you were the first one on the last one, or the third, whatever it was. But yeah, go ahead and post your question, and we will definitely get that going for you, Riddy. Hi, Anu. Hi, Quirky Giraffe. It's kind of a funny name. Hi, Harshitya. Okay. Okay, you guys, please read the description because it explains everything. So if you want a general reading, I'm doing those for free today. If you do have a personal question you want to ask, though, then you will have to donate. And all the information on how to do that is in the description. So please check that out, because there's a bunch of other information in there, too. And so if you do want a general reading, just go ahead and just simply just put general by your name. You know, just type into the chat general, because I don't need, you know, any question, because it's just going to be a general. So, you know, if you just have general, then I'll be able to see it a lot easier too, you know, amongst the sea of other comments. So that's the easiest way to get your general sooner, you know, quickest, faster. Right on. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just waiting for Riddy to put their question, and then I'll start on the other ones. Riddy. Okay, I'm just going to start with you, Quirky Giraffe, because I'm not sure if Riddy's here anymore. So general for Quirky Giraffe. Let's see. Where does Riddy keep going? It's like, stick around. But what does Quirky Giraffe need to know? What do you want to bring to their attention? Anything you want to bring to their attention right now today with us here? Anything you want them to know, bring to their attention for Quirky Giraffe. Any energies you want to bring to their attention today. House 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partners. House 7, profound relationships, romantic partners, and... Oh, I'm sorry. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Yeah. There you go. Beautiful. Love these cards. So, alright. Now let's see anything else here. I'm not finished yet with you. What about these profound relationships do we need to know for you? What about them? Fixed, stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. If there's somebody that you're thinking about, you're not too sure about, this is probably a good sign that they are a person who you don't have to be worried about being unfaithful or you know, who isn't going to have your back and who isn't going to be a solid person. But, you know, because we're talking about relationships here, House 7, it could be a business partnership too. It doesn't have to be a romance, but it definitely, you know, oftentimes does indicate romance. So if you're single, then this is probably not for you. You know, it's probably not indicating romance, but if you're not single, then it probably is talking about your relationship. So just keep that in mind. If you're having doubts about somebody, it seems like they're, you know, fixed. They're stable. They're dependable. House 2, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. It seems like, you know, there's some kind of security or stability in the connection. Like, I feel like this is talking about a person that you're involved with, or maybe a connection that you're thinking about in some way. But it's got a lot to offer. It's not like it's, you know, empty. It seems like this would be something that a lot of people would want, and it would be ideal. So I feel like any doubts you have don't need to be there as much as they are. You're saying, I think it's my ex or a new person, or just relationships, I feel alone. Okay. Riddy, I'm going to get to yours right after this one, okay? Like, right after this one, okay? No worries. Alright. Anything else we need to know for Quirky Giraffe? That one right there. Sextile, a combination of tension and flow, potential and rewarding situation. So it seems like your guys' energies do kind of get along, but there is tension and flow. It's not all just flow. You know, a combination of tension and flow, potential and rewarding situation. So there's potential here. I think it's a good direction to go in if this is somebody that you are dealing with now. But you said you're lonely or something like that. You're single, it seems like. So I don't think this would be about an ex, unless you broke up with him and it was like you thought he wasn't going to be loyal or something, and you didn't really have anything to prove that. Then this would be the proof that, you know, this would be a confirmation that that person is loyal. But it doesn't seem like somebody, an ex, you know, unless it was a mistaken ex, or you know, kind of thought something that wasn't true about them. But usually they're an ex for a reason, right? So house 1, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. That's funny how it would come out with house 1 when I'm like, oh, this seems like a person, and it's like, nope, it's just you. You know, house 1. Individuality, self-image, and approach to life. Okay, so you're going to need to, like, look at your self-worth and your security here. Sextile, combination and flow, potential rewarding situation. There could be some kind of, like, financial gain, or some kind of situation that puts you, you know, in a more secure place, maybe a better job, or a job in general. That was too many. But it seems like, and if it is a job, this could be the partnership thing I was talking about. It doesn't have to be romantic, remember? House 7. It could literally just be talking about a partnership, you know, at work, a friendship, something like that. It's just another person you're in relation to. It doesn't have to be romantic. That's what house 7 is. And then, hey, house 1 came out too. It's funny because they're opposites. This is yourself, house 1, and this is others, house 7. Mutable, surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. So yeah, there is going to be some change for you here, probably having to do with your security, because we're in house 2. Physical security, possessions, material values, self-worth. There seems to be some kind of, like, either job offer, some kind of, like, advancement where you're going to feel more secure there. And it's something you can depend on with the fixed card right there. You know, it's something you can rely on to actually, you know, follow through and be there and be a good situation for you. And Jupiter, even better, grow and expand. So it's like, it's just up to you to kind of allow it. Take that road and take the opportunities that come your way. And don't miss them, you know? Grow and expand, Jupiter. That's a really nice card to get, I feel like. Especially if we're talking about growing and expanding in a positive way. I don't really think it can be negative, you know? Jupiter. That's like the good luck planet as well. So I'm going to get one more for you. The North Node. Yep. Nice. Destined to have. The North Node. Destined to have. This is very much looking like your future here. So cool. Security in a few ways. It's not going to be simple. It's not going to be like given to you and handed over. I mean, the combination of tension and flow, potential and a rewarding situation. If you go for it and you put in the work, then I don't see why Jupiter wouldn't give you that luck that it has, you know, associated with it. And you're going to get, you know, you're going to gain a lot if you work for it, if you know, actually go after it. It's not just going to fall in your lap, though, you know. Not saying that you'd be like that. I'm just saying, you know. Destined to have, though. North Node, nice. So, hi, Flower. Yeah, really, astrology is my passion. A lot more than tarot is, actually. So, Riddy, your question is... Thank you. Oh, you did? Jane Smith. Oh, shoot. Well, thank you for letting me know. Oh, wow. I'm on the late train. Okay. Let's see. Oh, did you do PayPal? That's what you did, huh? That's why I didn't get notified. That's not your fault. That's my fault, but thank you for letting me know, because I wouldn't have known without you telling me. But let me just check it really quick and we can figure this out. I wonder how long ago that was. Oops. Okay. Okay, yes. So go ahead and post your question. Thank you, by the way. And we're definitely going to do this one first. Sorry, Riddy, you gotta stick around and wait because this is a donation we gotta do really quick, okay? Wow, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I see the donation. Thank you, Jane. Go ahead and post your question and I'll get it started right away for you. Sorry about that. Okay, and thank you for, I see there is somebody who did it for 3 questions. Tilly Lewis the cow. Thank you. Hello. 3 questions, okay. So let's do it. I do see that, thank you. Go ahead and post your questions as well when you're ready. I'm gonna do you after Jane. Okay, yeah, I do see that in there. Thank you. And go ahead and get your questions ready for when I'm done with Jane's. And just please have those ready for whenever I'm done with her reading, and then I'll be able to answer those questions, okay? Okay, so Jane, how does Martin feel about me? I saw him yesterday. All right. Let us see. Okay, ready? You're going to have to stick around, okay? You know how we go. You know how we roll here. Gotta do donations first, right? I will get to you, though, ready? If you're here still, okay? Thanks, you guys. I appreciate the likes and the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Okay. So, how does he feel? You said, how does Martin feel about me? Yeah, I gathered that. It's all good. It was a good little chuckle there. It was funny. I was like, oh, that's different. You know, that's unique there. I don't think I've seen that before. So that's always good. Hi. Hey, you guys. Okay. So, what does Martin feel about you? What does Martin feel about you? Give us the energy overall. Okay. House 2, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. So we see there's a lot of security within the relationship. Like either he's feeling that way about you. Maybe this is just the essence, you know, in the whole situation. Like you guys together kind of have this security and it adds to the bond, or it keeps you guys tied together. Maybe you feel like there isn't much of a bond, but that's what keeps you tied together, for example. Or it could just be part of the bond, part of what keeps you tied together. But for some reason, that's coming out in regards to the energy between you when we ask about his feelings. So it's hard to, you know, separate from something that's so secure in your life like that, or that brings security to your life, right? I mean, everyone likes to feel safe and secure, so that's kind of what I'm getting off that. Let's see what else we need to know here about this. Tell me what we need to know about Martin's feelings for Jane currently. What does Martin feel for Jane currently, please? Queen of Swords, somebody needs to own up to something, take responsibility for something. And King of Pentacles, here we are again. That perfect, talking about material, you know, possessions, material values. Yeah, possessions. Yeah, that's the King of Pentacles right there. And it could also be air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and earth sign energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So there's disappointment. Somebody has some kind of crying over spilt milk, right? Because we're talking about the Five of Cups. He sees these 3 cups knocked down in front of him. He doesn't see the ones behind him that are still standing. 2 opportunities, fresh and ready, and he doesn't even see them. So somebody could be holding on to some kind of disappointment about something, and either they need to own up to that and kind of like put it out there so that it can be resolved, or they can keep holding it inside and it just will never be resolved. Yeah, so we're talking about your guys' your harmony in the whole situation. It's like, I think the foundation of the whole entire situation is basically about the security that you have together. So I'm not so sure, you know, how much, you know, if it's just about that or not. But it seems like the harmony between you has died down, and it's because of this, you know, disappointment. So we do have the Sag card, Sagittarius, but this, to me, I feel like Temperance in this situation is just meaning basically like the harmony and the peace overall of the situation, like between you, the energy between you. You know, how do we create that harmony again? Somebody's weighing options here. These 2 fell out, so I'm going to regard them. Somebody's weighing their options. You know, there's a risk, a sacrifice maybe that has to be taken in order to keep this going. But good luck is on your side, apparently, with the Wheel of Fortune there. So let's see what that means. So, I know you asked about his feelings, and I'm not going to not answer that question. But this is what's coming out from the, you know, what the cards are trying to say. So, I mean, I'm going to let you know what they're saying, what I see from them in regards to this. So, I'm just going to check if you said anything. Okay. So, somebody's weighing their options. Good luck, though. I feel like somebody's weighing their options and they're going to give this a chance, or they're not going to just be disappointed and say, fuck it, like, I'm leaving you, or just give up on it. Like, it's not that much of a disappointment, but it is enough of a disappointment to kind of carry with them in the whole entire relationship and kind of bring it down a bit, you know? And so, but weighing your options, like staying there, I feel like is a good move. This person's making a deliberate decision with the 2 of Wands. Like, they've been thinking, and now they're going to make a decision about all that they've thought about. Unfortunately, the moon shows up, Pisces, but it also just means confusion, lack of clarity. So the person is, you know, I wish the Hanged Man was here, because it kind of just seems like they don't really know how to act or what move to make. You know, they're kind of confused. They may make a decision that they regret later, because there's some kind of like blocked or clouded view of something, because there's no clarity here. So it probably has something to do with someone taking responsibility. Maybe there's gaslighting, or there's somebody who's not taking responsibility, so it's not clear about what needs to be done about this situation. King of Swords, somebody needs to be outright and blunt. See, King of Swords and Queen of Swords are coming out here. That means this is a couple here. This is a couple, a relationship. 2 of the same suit, King and Queen of Swords. So there's a need for you guys to communicate and be outright, straight up, blunt, and forward. And there's also a need for, you know, communication, but somebody to take responsibility and own up to something that they've done. And it could be both of you, you know, need to take responsibility for your side of the situation. So, yeah, because it can't be let go until you do. The Page of Swords is all about somebody who wants to put their foot forward, their you know, foot forward and have a new experience and let go of the past. but they also have their foot set firmly in the past, and they're not able to let go of that past. So that is going to hold you guys back. You know, it already is. So there's kind of like this clash here. But I feel like it can be resolved. I mean, you guys are kind of like trying to resolve it, and then it seems like you're just not opening up to each other enough and trying to be forward about exactly how you feel and how it's affecting you. Like, that needs to be brought to the surface. That's important, and it needs to be talked about. It needs to be resolved. The only way to resolve it is to, you know, actually talk about it and open up. So let's see his feelings about you. He could be feeling weary about you, having to sacrifice things, but it seems like he's going to do that. It seems like he wants to, like, he'll probably sacrifice whatever it is that, you know, the Two of Pentacles is asking him to give up. You can't have both. You know, you have to choose one. You can't have both of these pentacles. You have to choose which one's more important. So, Three of Wands. Okay. Thinking back about actions and decisions and situations. Proud of themselves. So this is after that decision they make, right? After that decision they make, now they're thinking about everything that's led up to this point now. How do they feel about Jane currently? How do they feel about Jane currently? What do we need to know about how they feel about Jane currently? The Hanged Man. See, told you, there it is. So not able to make a decision yet. Not able to actually use that, you know, foot forward because of the moon there. So that person's feeling like they're not sure about you. So I would say that there's definitely no doubt that there's some kind of like level of care, because obviously if they didn't have that, then it would be easy to just say, no, I don't want to be with you. It's not difficult at all. But because there's so much confusion, and they're going to just sit back and wait before they take action, because they don't really know how to take action in the way that they feel would be best right now, it kind of tells me that they do care, that there's, you know, still love there, or, you know, feelings there. Because if they didn't give a shit, they just wouldn't give a shit, and they would do whatever they want. But this is a hard decision to make for them. You know, to trust you or open up again, or whatever it is, you know, this responsibility that needs to be taken hasn't been addressed. And so it's kind of like they just feel like it'll probably happen again, or there's a risk of that, you know. Maybe it's something to do with the security that you guys have within the relationship, you know, like your home, or like a material security, not really like a emotional security. I mean, although it does affect you emotionally, but like the actual security, you know, that you have, material security. It might have something to do with that. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So that's good. We do see the Ten of Pentacles. That means this can, I feel like it can be resolved, but it's like it's going to take a lot of, you know, you don't get to 10 of completion without going through a lot of shit. So, I mean, that's a good sign, though. Maybe that's why the Wheel of Fortune is here, because it's kind of like, yeah, well, you know, just keep heading in that direction, keep trying your best, and you're good, and you will eventually get that security that you guys need. And it's funny because that's the whole center of the reading is, you know, about security, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. The Lovers, even better. You know, that's what we want to see. That's what we want this to be, you know? Well, that's what you want this to be, I'm sure. But usually it doesn't end up like that, you know? Okay. So yeah, there's a few issues here to obviously go over, but I feel like somebody first of all needs to take responsibility, or you guys both need to take responsibility for your part in this and how it's contributed to the situation, kind of, you know, being in the state that it's in now. And don't make any hasty decisions. That shouldn't be hard. You know, there's a lot of hesitation here. There's a lot of weighing of options. There's a lot of, I'm not sure what to do because it's just not clear. You know, there's a lot of that. So, I mean, there's a lot of just sitting there and kind of like dwelling too. So, I mean, just, you know, think about things. Try not to dwell and try to just, you know, push forward as best you can in a way that's, you know, that you feel is best. But it seems like you guys aren't making any hasty decisions. You're going to be thinking this through, and there's a chance. I mean, we do have the Ten of Pentacles. That's beautiful. And the Lovers, so obviously nothing's going to be able to stand between that. I think it can be resolved, obviously, but you guys will have to work for it. And you got to, like, weed out this confusion, because this confusion is what's getting in the way. you guys need to be straightforward with each other. It's like as simple as that. Just be straight up about what it is that you need and what you're feeling and what's going on, you know? Don't read each other's minds. That's not going to work. Reading each other's minds never works. Don't assume what somebody's intention was, you know? Ask them. What were you trying to do when you did that? That really hurt, or whatever the case is, you know? I just need to know, like, why you went about it in that way. So I can decide what I want to feel and do about that. How I feel about that and what I want to do about it. Okay. So, yeah, a little weary. A little weary. A little not so sure about you. But I think ultimately in the end, it should, you know, if you guys can both work on it, you know, as a team effort, I don't see why it can't, you know, heal or get better in the way it needs to in order for it to work, you know? Of course. Of course. Of course. And thank you, by the way. Hi, Flower. Ow, my legs hurt. Woo! Okay. Riddy, I actually have 3 questions to do before you for donation. Okay, but I will get to yours eventually, okay? If you're still here. Mattia? Or Mattia? Let me know how to say that correctly. And also post your questions, please, and let's do it. We'll get it going for you. Okay. Nice. Yes, you are. Dominique. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Dominique. Tialia, or let me know how to say it. My vowels are just, there's no excuse for them. They're special, okay? So just know, if you got vowels in your name, I might get it wrong, and please correct me so that I am saying it correctly, because I'm not trying to say it wrong. Okay. Who's coming? Okay, so Dominique, I do have 3 questions before you to answer by donation, and then I'll get to yours. Is that okay? I mean, I'm just letting you know that that's, you know, you don't have to wait, but I just am on a different donation right now. So just give me a second, I'll come back to you, okay? So stick around here so that you can hear it and respond if you need to. And thank you guys, by the way. I didn't say that yet. Thank you. So, who is coming towards me in love? Okay. All right, well, let's see. Simple enough question. Who's coming towards me in love? Says, is it Mattia or Mattia? Who's coming towards me in love? Okay. Give me the sign, or give me any kind of person, you know, their identity in any kind of way that we can see coming towards Mattia or Mattia. in love. In her love life, what do we need to know about anybody coming forward to her in the next days, weeks, months, and years? Anything we need to know or bring to her attention about this person or these people? Okay, so we got somebody who is a bit thinking of what they want in a situation, I would say. There's a break, a rest period, and judgment. So it seems like pretty quick. You like are not really about it, you know? You see that the person's kind of selfish, it seems. Although this could be them taking a break from you as well. But the thing about the Four of Swords is it's always a temporary break. It's not like a permanent ending. And it's, you know, somebody's going to have to be using their better judgment here in order to, you know, see if they want to progress this when the person's ready to come back after this break or rest period. Or if they just want to kind of like not allow that to just be a hot and cold in and out thing. Because obviously from the start we see they're a little self-centered. And, you know, this 9 cups, they're not sharing. They're happy the way that they are. And they'll take more too. That's greed, you know. Wanting to have their cake and eat it too. It's also be careful what you wish for. Because you just might get it, and once you do, you might realize that you really don't want it all that much. You know, you didn't want it. You didn't really want it exactly how you thought you did. You know, it's the genie there. So, you know, somebody's going to be having to use their better judgment ultimately at the end of the day. You know, we see somebody seriously just considering taking some space, and then, okay, what am I going to do next? Okay, somebody coming towards you in love. This is the Cancer card, the Chariot, and it does seem like something is coming your way, doesn't it? With that one right there. King of Cups, awesome. That's a very caring person. It could be a Cancer person because we have that Chariot card. It could be any Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, any water sign, because the King of Cups are water. It seems like there's some kind of judgment going on here, though. So, greedy person taking a break, okay? And then you're going to have to use your better judgment. And, you know, are you going to accept this other thing that's coming towards you? See, remember how in the beginning I was like, can you try to identify this person or these people? Because I don't know. It's just like, what if it was more than one person? You know? And it could even be the same person. Maybe they're having this break here, this rest period. Maybe it's unrelated to you. Let's look into that. So that we can know, like, what the fuck that's about. So I don't have to, like, guess and, like, just fill in the blanks here. So, what is this judgment card here for? What is this here for? Why is it here? Why is the judgment card here in regards to the Four of Swords and 9 of Cups? Okay. Strength. Judgment. You're going to have to use your inner strength. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what judgment is, right? It's like you have to use your better judgment and, you know, go with what you know. Don't defy what you know to be true. Like, is this right? Is this something you feel good in? What's the Chariot for? Is that a different person, or does this person change their outlook? Headed towards hard work. Somebody who's actually dedicated to you. Somebody who's actually going to... This could even be you, like, pushing forward, you know, and being dedicated to whatever it is you're dedicated to. Some new hobby, some new thing where you're trying to just focus on you, possibly. This is Leo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini. Okay, we do see lovers, yeah. Interesting. So it could be a different person. Cancer person. Judgment. Cancer person. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person. Wait a long time. What? Why? Why would you have to wait a long time? Okay, let's see. What is the Seven of Pentacles here for? Why is she waiting a long time? Like, the lovers are right here in front of her. What is she waiting for? What does she have to wait for? What does she have to wait for? Wait for what to grow? Your confidence in taking action. So it's like you don't trust the situation, you don't know. Maybe this person seems too good to be true. It doesn't really show that specifically, but when we see these cards, You know, like with somebody who's going to wait a long time and they're going to hold back and not take action right away because they're trying to gather more information first. They don't feel exactly that they have all the information they need, so they're going to try to be observing and gathering information before they go ahead and take action. So that makes me feel like you don't really trust the situation. You don't really feel right about it for some reason, and you're kind of like holding back, even though it feels supportive with the King of Cups there. Like you feel like this person could be supportive of you, but maybe it's too good to be true, you know, and you're kind of like, do I want to go in that direction yet? Like, is that even realistic? So let's see. Is this realistic? Oh. Hi, Infinity. I'm good. How are you? Okay, a couple more here for what's coming towards her in love. Oops, or quite a few more. I'm going to switch decks, actually, because this deck is kind of old. Get some different energy in here. So what's coming towards her in love? We're going to get a few more cards here for this question. Don't let a black cat cross you. Okay. What do we see happening to her in love this year? Anyone coming towards her regarding love? We do see somebody heading in a certain direction. Could be a Leo. What else do we see here for what's coming into her life this year? Haha! Sweet. Look at that. So like I said, you know, there's this King of Cups person. It could be a Gemini person. It could be a Leo person. Could be a Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces. And see, here's that fear again. You just got fear. You're startled. You're just ready to fight if you have to. You feel like something bad's going to happen, but look, nothing bad happens. That's nice, a way to end this reading. So we do have a caring person here. You're going to have to wait a long time, though, for something. You don't trust it, and that's why I said it could be too good to be true, in your opinion. Not that it really is too good to be true, but maybe it feels that way, and that's why you're so wary. You're like, I'm going to take forever. Like, I'm going to let this garden grow. I'm going to really get to know this person before I take action, before I get off this, you know, before I come down from hanging from up here and observing and being in a safe place where I could just, you know, notice everything as it happens and not have to be in that position of having to make a decision yet, you know. So it seems like you're just a bit weary, and it could be because it's like seeming too good to be true. I mean, with this Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, and then, you know, the Knight of Wands, of course, that's the fear right there. You're like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Who's that? Why? No, that doesn't happen to me, you know. Ace of Cups, Two of Swords, or I mean, Two of Cups. That's awesome. So yeah, very definitely I feel like something coming in for you this year regarding love. Okay, definitely. Well, you know, there's the potential. There's the opportunity. You don't have to take it. It is up to you. We still have free will, remember? So, you know, there's that. There is that aspect of it that we cannot rule out. So, okay. And you said... How does Patrick feel about me? How does Patrick feel about her? What's the energy we need to get from his feelings towards her? Like, what's the energy between them currently? energy between them currently that represents this relationship or this kind of connection here with Patrick? Or potential connection or ex-connection or whatever this connection is or wants to be. What is the connection? What is the relation? What do we need to know here about this person and how they feel about her? About Patrick and how they feel about Raphael. Yin, intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. Receptivity. Nice. You guys are in tune, you know, on the same page intuitively. Feels like that anyway. At least in some degree. Intuition, patience, trust, spirituality, and receptivity. So you guys kind of like receive each other very well. You kind of understand each other on a different level, I would say. Like probably more than others. Most others, maybe for you or for them. There's some kind of spiritual connection there, you know. And it's built off trust, patience, and being receptive. Toward each other, with each other. So, let's see. Hi, Jaded Kate. Hi, Priya. Hi, Ashley. Okay. And house 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. You guys might see each other every day, or there's some kind of routine here that is, you know, you have to cross paths for some reason. Establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Okay. Alright, so let's switch decks for a second, because this is about feelings. How does Patrick feel about her at this time? How does Patrick feel about Monty at this time? Ooh. And look at this too. Do you see that? Right here? Look at this card. Right there at the bottom of the deck too. That's gotta mean something. And then the Tower afterwards, ooh. Alright. So you guys are receptive, but then we do have this energy of somebody who's wanting to win at all costs. And that's not going to be a fair thing. You know, they're going to want to win, they're going to push to win, and it's going to be a competition instead of a relationship at all. So there's some kind of clash. Go clash and fight. And it's unnecessary. It's not necessary for this relationship to thrive, and in fact it's probably not going to thrive. This person of this Five of Swords here is obviously a person that's not going to get close, is not going to connect. They could have it, you know, they could be this way from past relationships and has nothing to do with you. And, you know, if you guys do have a history though, then it probably does have to do with you, you know, somewhat at least. So the thing is, you can't get close to a person like that, you know, because they're so guarded and they're so like standoffish, or not standoffish, but aggressive. So let's see what else here. Ace of Wands, they're going to want to take action, and take action towards something that's unrealistic. I mean, there's so many options here of what they could choose, but I think ultimately they feel like this option would be unrealistic for them. They feel like either that, or they're going to go towards an unrealistic option and feel like it's the best thing for them, you know, not even knowing. But when you think about, when you consider the fact that this person is this way, you have to consider, like, what are they thinking when they feel like that's a good idea? They feel like this is going to be safe for them, but to you that might not be the same thing, you know. So it's just hard with the Five of Swords. It's hard for them to open up to anybody, and I just feel like, you know, they're going to be doing some kind of action, but that's going towards something that's unrealistic. Is your guys' relationship completely out of the question and realistic? because it seems like there's, you know, a lot of options this person has. But the one with you seems to be just out of reach, or it is just not going to follow through because it seems too, you know, it seems like it's not realistic. So this person like thinks a lot, obviously. They're going to be taking action here. What are their feelings toward her? The moon. Yeah, they're not sure. I love the moon, don't you? Not. No, the moon is very confusing. The moon's like confusion and something not being clear, lack of clarity. You know, nothing's in the light. Everything's in the dark. You cannot see for shit. You keep bumping your knee on the coffee table. I mean, you don't know where you're going. You know, you don't know where you stand with the person. And lo and behold, they're trying to represent this whole, like, let's be equal equality thing, but they're kind of above you here. Like, I feel like they're kind of condescending towards you or looking down or thinking that they have something to offer you that you don't have for yourself. So that makes them, that, like, lifts them up a little bit. Remember what I said about ego? So, okay. Any more on the feelings that he has toward her? Any more on the feelings that Patrick has toward her? Nine of Pentacles. So solid, well-grounded, stable person. Yeah, and that's gonna be a competition. I don't know what their sign is. If you're like if they're like an Aries or like they're like a fire sign, or there's some kind of sign that's like competitive as fuck, like that just looks at everything as a competition. Because when I see this, it's like you have your shit together. This woman, well-rounded, can take care of herself and nurture others as well. And there's an argument about that. Like, that should make things easier. But it seems like to this person, that's a bit of an ego challenge, you know, and they don't like that. So it's tension. There's tension there. It just seems like there's a lot of tension, you know, in regards to that. And it could be because, like I said before, you know, they're like feeling above. It's just like, are you going to be doing better than them here, like with your own security? Even if it's just saying, like, look, I don't need you, I can take care of myself. Like, they can't do that. They don't have that strength. So it's like, that's not something they're really too happy about, you know. They're going to pick fights about it, or they're going to, there's tension about it, you know, and that's the underlying issue there. So it's kind of like you know, damned if you do and damned if you don't. Okay, what's the third question, hon? You said he's a Leo. Oh yeah, we had that. Oh, you said the third one's a general, right? So generally, for Mathia, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Leaving something behind, okay? So making distance from something. Could be on vacation. It could just be, you know, you're taking a little trip, or, you know, but you're going across seas somewhere. Because you feel like it's the right thing to do. It's going to set something straight, and you have high hopes for that. High hopes that something is going to be finally put to rest and set to sleep, you know, and set and healed, and, you know, something can just be closed forever. Like, this is the way it's supposed to be, and it's, you know, I have hope. So there's something you're getting away from. It says the High Priestess knows exactly what you're talking about. The High Priestess comes out when I'm reading for somebody, and they know what I'm getting at, is how I see that. So it seems like you probably already understand what I'm talking about here. But if not, then I would just say, whatever intuitive feelings that you're having, you should probably try and listen to them, because the High Priestess is all-knowing without being told directly. And that's what I feel like you need to hone in on, too, to better help yourself, of course. You know, that's coming out for a reason. It's like you know these things, but you still question. King of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. So there's stability. There's stability there. Maybe even somebody offering you a job, or somebody offering you some kind of stability. You know. And you're Aquarius. Nice. Because the Knight of Pentacles sometimes can mean somebody you know, offering you something. Making distance here. Okay, we have somebody in authority here. Somebody in authority who is being shady, sneaky. Doesn't want to get caught. You see that? That's the Emperor and the Seven of Swords. The Emperor represents Aries, but it also represents the person who calls the shots, who's in charge, who is responsible of this operation. And, you know, he's got his throne. He wants to be the one in charge. He wants to be the one to call the shots and to be the lead and to be, you know, the one at the top. The one who goes first, you know? That's what Aries are good for. That's what we love them for, is that they go first and they pave the way for us other signs that are kind of more scared to do it first, you know? So, but in this situation, they're kind of abusing their power because they are stealing, or they're hiring somebody to steal. And they are basically, it's like everything that an emperor is supposed to be is becoming not so important. They're losing that. They're going around that. They're abusing that power that they have to get their needs met in a way that's not right. So when you go and you have your shit together here and maybe somebody offers you this job, just keep in mind that it could, you know, just try to get to know the people first before you stay by yourself. I'm not saying I'm like seeing anything like that or anything. It's just, leaving something behind, making distance. I feel like it is something that is for your stability, though. And it could be rewarding, but the thing is, this authority figure is trying to be the Seven of Swords. He's trying to steal. That's not good. You feel like you don't have a voice? You might get thrown into this whole thing. So don't make any hasty decisions, and don't go with this plan that is so, like all of these things, you're going to probably pick the first one, and it's like, that's the wrong one. You know, that's the wrong one to choose. Because there's so many options. Usually people, it's just unrealistic. It's not something that's dependable. And that makes it difficult. Sorry. I do want to see. Of course. And thank you. I'm glad that you feel that way. It's always good. Oh yeah, that's right. Dominique. Hi, Dominique. Go ahead and post whenever you're ready, okay? Hi. Okay, I had to get an energy drink because I'm losing my energy. Okay. Thanks, Jaded. Okay. Love you. You're awesome. So, how does Bobby feel since I cut him off and told him about what he has been doing? Had to let him know. Okay. Alright. Well, you said, how does Bobby feel since I cut him off and told him about what he has been doing? Oh. Three of Cups. There could be friends he's been hanging out with. How does he feel? He feels, I mean, that's, sorry, but that's joyous right there. He feels free, maybe? Let's see. Maybe there's a third party or something. Taking action. So he seems like he's more of the type of, like, you know, when he's with someone, he feels restricted. Because here when we see that, you know, you cut him off and you've told him what he's been doing, so he takes that obviously as, like, nagging, or, I mean, not necessarily, not saying he said that or that's what I'm, you know, getting that he's saying. I'm just, it seems as though he's happier that way. He feels free. He feels like he's able to, like, focus on himself more and take care of himself more and be, like, more stable, and he's, like, taking action in ways that he felt he couldn't really take action before. There is this whole, like not really being able to say what's on his mind, or not feeling very powerful. Like, maybe without your presence there, he feels a bit like he feels free, but he also feels like he can't, like his contribution doesn't matter. Like, maybe he doesn't want it to matter. The Knight of Wands here, that's the player card of the tarot, but that's really the card of kind of what I was talking about. Like, maybe they just don't like to feel restricted, and they like to be able to leave when they want to. And, you know, even if you're bringing valid points to his attention, he is just not trying to hear it, you know. And it seems that he is, I hate to say that, because obviously that's, you know, probably not what you're trying to hear, but I mean, I'm not here to tell you what you're trying to hear, unfortunately, but fortunately, because you don't want bullshit. But the cards are just showing this person's, you know, they're feeling kind of not restricted anymore. They're feeling kind of happy to be, you know, the only thing though is that they're not really feeling like they can speak their mind, or they're feeling like they're inhibited, or like they're being looked at as unimportant. So maybe they feel like the presence of you had a lot, like added a lot to their life in some kind of way. Like, what does he feel about you at this time? Personally, like, what does he feel about you? Wheel of Fortune, like he'll be able to get you back, maybe? Is that what that is? Is that what that is? What is the Wheel of Fortune here for, and how he feels about her? How does he feel? Okay. Disappointment. He's disappointed. So, does he know that you feel disappointed? He knows that there's likely, you know, that you feel disappointed. And the chances that you would give him another chance would be better if he can get his shit together and start acting like, you know, he can provide something more secure to you, or if he can, because there's an opportunity here. There's like some job, or there's something that he can really do, like actually, you know, Ace of Wands too, taking action. That was before, but I mean, you know, he has an opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles to do something that is going to add more stability, add more structure to his life. So, I feel like obviously he can do something to win you back, and you know, something could happen kind of out of the blue, something you guys don't really expect to happen, but it is an opportunity, and if he takes it, this could be a good thing. And I think that he believes that as well. Like, if he takes this opportunity, I think that would be a surefire way to get you back. So will he do it? Well, or to get you, you know, to be in your good graces again. We do see that, you know, somebody is taking the responsible role. We see them by themselves, though. So, but then also the Two of Cups. So that kind of tells me that he is going to be taking a responsible role. You know, Ace of Pentacles, and then they are with their Pentacle, Queen of Pentacles. And it doesn't have to be a woman just because it's the Queen, okay? It's just basically saying a person who is, you know, responsible. And, you know, you see them on their own, but the thing is, she has her Pentacle. She can take care of herself. So I feel like he will take the responsible route and kind of take this offer, whatever it is here, out of the blue with the Knight of Swords. And then the Two of Cups shows, you know, maybe you guys can connect again after that. So that's kind of cool. Interesting, though. I feel like if this is, if he isn't non-committal, then it probably just means, you know, because in the beginning, we can get very detailed into this, and I'm not going to do that, but basically there's different attachment types that people have, and if he's like more avoidant, then yeah, when avoidants get into breakups, like usually at first it seems like better, but then of course they get lonely again and they start missing the person. But at first it seems like, oh, a weight lifted, you know, they feel relief a lot of times, but then, you know, after a while it starts to settle in. So I think maybe that's what that was, possibly. If he dismisses, you know, if you feel dismissed often, then I think, you know, maybe that could be what he could be a little bit avoidant there. But that's a whole different topic. Anyway, hopefully that made sense to you. Made sense to me. And I feel like there's a chance, you know, if he takes that opportunity and seriously, you know, tries to get in your good graces again, then yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you give him another chance, is what I see with that. Yeah, no, I don't sugarcoat. Oh, wow. Well, you know, do what you gotta do. Because it seems like there is an opportunity for him to do something that will provide more stability. And if he does go in that direction, I mean, we do see somebody with that Pentacle, that Queen of Pentacles. Hey, and two, remember? It said the Ace of Pentacles, and then it said the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is all about, you know, shocking, kind of just out of the blue, something happening. No one can put a stop to it because it's just... No one can put a stop to it because it's like... It's just so out of the blue. Like, no one saw it coming. No one could have prevented it. You didn't have time to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Like, there is nothing you could do to see it coming or prevent it. That's the Knight of Swords. So I wouldn't be surprised if something, you know, happens and out of the blue, he does something that he's supposed to do for once, you know? I mean, don't discount it, because the Knight of Swords is just something you wouldn't expect. And you can't prepare for it, you know, because it's just so shocking and out of the blue. It's just, and with force too, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, and what, you know, like, yeah, I'm fucking doing the right thing, like, what, you know, like, something to where you just wouldn't expect. So don't discount it, you know. And then we see that Queen of Pentacles. I need a personal read. What do you mean? I don't sugarcoat. I really don't. Like, I wouldn't have said that if it didn't come out. You know, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear necessarily. I mean, unless it just happens to be what's in the cards is what you want to hear. But, I mean, it's hard to see that in any other way. You know, it's like, it really is. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems impossible now, but remember that Knight of Swords is there, so it could be something shocking. And, you know, something you obviously don't expect to happen. You know, like, you just never know what's going to happen. And especially if you're going to take the legal route, maybe he will be like, okay, I'm not going to fuck up anymore. You know, like, maybe I'll not do what I've been doing. I meant so you can go into more details. Do you do personal readings? Oh, yeah, for sure. We can definitely do that. Of course we can do that. And the way that I do that is basically just through email. We'd have to kind of, you know, set up something. And, you know, whenever your schedule is open, we can do that. You know, whenever you need to do that. So, let me just post this really quick for you. Look at this little cat, dude. Jesus. What are you doing? Just email me whenever you get a chance and you want to set that up. If you'd like to do that, we can definitely do that, okay? So, this freaking cat, dude. Okay, and then, hi Feisty, hi Grace, hi Patricia. Right, that's why I said, you know, do what you gotta do. I mean, you know, keep yourself protected and safe for sure. And then you never know, maybe it just, you know, is the right, whips them into shape real quick. Like, oh, somebody woke up, you know. No worries. Be careful. Be careful. This freaking cat needs to go. Okay. Did I have other people waiting? I'm not sure if there was somebody else. Was there somebody else who donated? Or did we get everybody? No, Dominique. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I think we got everybody. And thanks to everybody who donated. I really appreciate you guys. And I appreciate everybody who's here. Thanks for liking this video, you guys. It helps out so much, you have no idea. Because it makes YouTube go, okay, people are liking this, I'm going to send it to other people. And, you know, why that would be helpful. So is Riddy still here? Because I said I would do Riddy's reading so long ago. And I just, you know, donations came in, had to take care of them, which I don't mind. But, you know, had to do what I had to do. So if Riddy's still around, let me know and I'll get that done for you because, you know, I said I would. And I'm not going to go back on that. I'm here. Oh, did I? Nice. Well, how did it go? Did you like it? Who was it? I don't know if I'll even remember. Like, you know, even if you told me. I do so many. I've been going live. Actually, I went live twice yesterday. No, I tried to go live 3 times, but it didn't work the 3rd time. I mean, it worked for like 3 minutes. Actually, this would be the 3rd. This would be the 4th time now, because the one right before this, actually today. So I went on twice yesterday. Yeah, just read the description, you guys. If you guys have a personal question, you're gonna have to donate, and all the information for that is in the description below. But if you just want a general, we can do that too, and I'm doing those for free today. So if you do have a personal question though, you can ask that personal question, but it is going to cost you a little bit of money. Not much though, so go check it out. It's in the description. Nothing crazy. Have you guys seen some of those sites that, you know, those psychic sites? Jesus, they make bank doing those readings. Like, you have no idea. Like, it's funny. It's, like, crazy. Hey, you know, it's time. It's time and money. Okay, so, alright, cool. So, if you guys want a general, just basically put general. Just say general into the chat, okay? Because that just makes it, like, so much easier for me to know, like, who's wanting a general. And if you have a personal question, of course, donate and then let me know and get your question, or have your question ready, please, okay? And we'll get it going. Okay, so let's see here. It is $5.55 for 1, $7.77 for 2, and $11.11 for 3. I think you're used to that, Feisty. I think you know that those prices. It's not like anything different. I was just saying that, like, compared to, you know, those psychic sites, Jesus, like, they make so much money, it's crazy. And not the psychics, I'm talking about the company. They make a lot of money, not necessarily the psychics. They don't make that much, which sucks, but no, those companies, those psychic companies, make a shit ton of money. Okay, Feisty, thank you. I do see your donation. Okay, cool. So, what are your questions? Yeah, it's crazy. So whoever wants a general, just stick around and I'll still be able to do that after these 2 questions for a Feisty Queen. Feisty Queen, you're like VIP, like, you're like a VIP, I don't want to say like donator, but you're like the VIP, like, viewer or like subscriber. That'd be cool if we had like a thing that we could do, like a little celebration, like ding ding, woo! But thank you. It's just funny because like every time I'm on, you like pretty much are here, which is cool. And that's why you won that 30-minute reading last time. You know, because you would always donate and then you'd get your name entered twice. So when you got picked, it was like, oh yeah, that's duh. You know, because you're always getting entered in. So I know I said I would start the raffle again this week. I didn't, though. It's Wednesday, isn't it? Today. And I have not started that yet. So we will start it next week, I want to say. Okay, you said, do you see marriage and kids with Alex or long-term commitment with Alex? And I know, right? Haha, I think I'm addicted to getting reads. That does happen. That does happen to people. I just saw what I did to the cat. Oh, that looked bad. But he's fine. She's fine. She's like screwing with my freaking incense. Go away. Oh, she's gone. Alright, so do you see marriage and kids with Alex or long-term commitment with Alex? Somebody needs to focus, first of all, on their emotional issues. Like, somebody feels like something's missing here in their life. Emotionally, like there's this empty cup here. I mean, in this deck, it doesn't show the empty cup. But in other decks, it shows like a missing space where a cup should be. And it's because somebody needs to like figure out what it is they feel is missing inside. Excuse me. I feel like we don't, like, that's not, like, I feel like everyone goes through that in life. You know, it's not like this person has a mental illness or like this big issue that no one else deals with. It's like, it's just their time to deal with it, you know? So like, obviously, and it could be you too, who this is talking about. I mean, but it could be both of you, but this is, you know, one of the issues is that you guys are not really resolved of whatever you're feeling is not enough in your life. But the good news is that, you know, the Magician is basically saying, like, you have what it takes to be able to conquer that, or to be able, you have all the tools and the skills you need to be able to, like, fix that or resolve that, you know, and fill that space that's empty. Like, so, you know, go for it, but it's going to take, like, time on your own, you know. That's the thing about the Eight of Cups that people don't really, like, a lot of people, including myself, will do when we feel like something's missing or there's something empty, you know, inside of us or whatever, we need to fill a void or something. It's like we're going to go and look outside of ourselves to try to fill the void, and it doesn't work. You know, it never works. So we're stuck there just, like, still trying to fill that void, and it's not working because we're not looking in the right place. But you have what you need, so, I mean, I wouldn't say that you need anything else. You have personal, like, your own skills inside. You just need to, like, kind of slow it down, meditate, maybe, journal, get therapy. I mean, whatever it is you need to do. But just don't, you know, it's a solo thing. It's like you don't need other people around when you're doing it. It's kind of just important what you need to fill that space. You know, it doesn't matter what anyone else says about it, because it's you, you know, filling a void. So this is the Ace of Wands, so that's good. That means you know, will have an opportunity to act on that. And it should seem like the perfect time. Like it would just be like, this is the time I need to go, like whatever, therapy or some kind of, you know, maybe group therapy. I mean, I don't know what it is, but you're going to be able to act on it, and you're going to be able to, you know, you have what it takes to be able to achieve that, you know. And it's a need. It's a very serious need. I feel like this is saying that this needs to happen first before either of you can really be in a relationship that's going to last and be healthy, you know, and be long term and actually work. You know what I mean? Like, this card comes out. Hate to ramble on about it, but I'm just saying, you know, it's important. You know, it's coming out because it's obviously the first one. It's obviously something that needs to be looked at first. But the good news is that you guys definitely have the tools that you would need to resolve that. I mean, I don't see anything standing in the way of you resolving that except for your own self, you know. And a lot of people do avoid that because it's uncomfortable, you know, to think about the thing that's missing inside of you. It doesn't feel good, but it's necessary work to do so that you're not in an unhealthy bond, you know, like needing somebody to fulfill yourself, to fill the void. It's just not a healthy situation. So, I mean, I feel like that's obviously what needs to happen first, before you can really hope for anything that's going to be healthy. I mean, you know. So, let's see what else here, though. Is there anything else we need to know about Alex in regards to Feisty Queen? You said, do you see marriage and kids with Alex or long-term commitment with Alex? What do we need to know about Alex here? So this is likely the case for them too. They need to do this work too. You know, it's just, you guys have some emotional, you know, growth that's still needed. Awesome. I really like that this came out right here. And you're probably not going to like it, but it is actually a really good thing. Because the Tower coming out here, that shows that there is going to be some big transformation or some big changes. But this is good. Because, like I said, you know, it's probably going to have to happen first. You guys finding that, you know, filling that void, and that's like a huge thing. It's not like something you could do overnight. And then the Tower comes out. So it's like, yeah, you're going to be doing some shit like that. You're going to be making some improvements. Because, you know, the Tower, maybe it's not even by choice. It could just happen, you know, because the Tower kind of just happens when you won't change. When you won't make the changes you're supposed to make. And then the universe is like, no, 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 you are veering off from your path now. Like, we can't have that, you know, so we're just going to have to change everything in your life so that you change, because we can't have that. Like, you know, I'm trying to help you, but you're fucking up. So it seems like, you know, it's probably going to get bad before it gets better between you guys. It's kind of cool, though, like the way that came out. I like that, because to me it means like there is actually a chance for what you're asking, because it's like you're going to be making these changes. Some people won't ever do that, you know? I mean, we all know people like that really need to get help, and they just don't. Like, they really just feel like shit their whole lives, and it's unfortunate. But it seems like this Tower here is going to rock your guys' lives, and it's going to fucking be really uncomfortable. You know, the thing with the Tower is, like, it just depends on your relationship to change. You know, if you hate change, that's probably why the Tower's coming out, because you haven't changed things you need to change. Out of fear, or out of just, you know, stubbornness, or maybe just denial, whatever it is. You know, just laziness, whatever it is. You just don't want to, you know, change certain things, and here we are. The Tower comes out, and it says, do not resist any change. Do not push anything that's not happening. Like, don't try to force things. Just try to be natural about things. And you're going to have to make some changes. Like, in your life completely, the Tower is going to change. You know, he's jumping out of a fucking tower. You know, it's like, everything is going to change. Every aspect of your life is probably going to be transformed in some way. And it's just, it sounds extreme, but I mean, it is. So try to just take it lightly. Try to just take it well, you know. Try to just not resist the changes that are coming. That's really cool, though. I like that, because that's exactly what the fuck is needed here. So let's see what happens after that Tower. Let's see when the sun comes back out. And everything's in the light now, you know, growing, trying to rebuild the foundation back. What do we see happening when the tower is being rebuilt? Is this union going to still be together? Is it going to be stronger? Like, what do we see between Alex and Feisty Queen after this tower moment for them? What do we see? Can we get the energy of the connection between them? What do we see between them? What do we see between them happening? Okay, I'm going to take this cat out of here. What do we see happening between them? God, that cat was so annoying. Like, Jesus, so annoying. I just could not do it anymore. It's like, go away. Okay. So, after this tower moment... Nice. I really like that set. Even though it seems kind of extreme, like it is, but that's exactly what's needed for that situation to get better. You know, because it's like it's so much harder to just do it yourself, and you know, it's like you have to now. You really don't have a choice. Change is going to occur. So, but that's good, because that's exactly what's needed. If you keep doing the same thing, you're just, it's, you know, like I said, going to be unhealthy, so. And you can't really hope for, you know, kids. I mean, come on. Like, kids in an unhealthy situation. Not judging you. Just saying. Like, that wouldn't be good. So let's see what happens now. After the tower, what do we need to see? You know, no one's perfect. I'm not judging or saying any, talking shit. I'm just saying this is a good thing, that it's going to change, you know, for the better, hopefully. Hear that? It's my alarm that keeps going off. Do you hear that? I don't know what it sounds like on your side, but anyway. So what happens when the tower, after it's being rebuilt, what do we see when the tower is being rebuilt here? What do we see when the tower is being rebuilt here? Okay. 6 of Pentacles. The Fool. Nice. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Okay. That's funny, it looks all crazy. She went crazy in this box. Like, fucking with my shit. Where's my Apache tears? Oh no. Hopefully I shouldn't take it somewhere. Anyway, I'll find it later. Okay. So basically, the give and the take here, you guys are, so yeah, I mean, it still is this situation that is, you know, you guys are both kind of picking each other up where the other falls or where the other's lacking. I see the teamwork there, you know, I got your back right now, you got mine later when I need it, you know, I got you, you know, that's what that 6 of Pentacles is saying. You know, that person is, you guys are still there for each other very much, so that's good, that's awesome. And the Fool is kind of iffy. I'm not sure exactly why that would be, you know, some adventure happening. I mean, hopefully it's just some, oh, 2 of Cups. Nice. Wow. Feisty. I don't sugarcoat, okay? And this looks good. It looks really good. which is fucking cool as fuck. I mean, that's cool. I usually don't have like positive love readings, and it just seems positive. I mean, shit. Strength? Fuck yeah, dude. You guys, I mean, so we don't see anything about kids necessarily yet, or marriage, but we do see a union. We do see you guys having each other's backs. I mean, we see the solid, you know, foundation of this. And so, you know, here's the thing. This isn't set in stone. And the reason for that is because today, right now, the circumstances going on, it is. This is what we see happening, right? But say, you know, you could die tomorrow, or something changes significantly. Not death, okay? Let's not go there. But if something changes significantly, you need to get another reading about it, because that's how it works. It's like if you right now decide you're going to do something, and then after this reading you just completely do the opposite, we're going to see a different outcome. You know, we're going to see something change. And we might not see something drastic change, but we might see something drastic change. You know what I mean? So it's just, things are always changing because everyone has free will. So that's the thing. Like, don't just not do what you were going to already do because you have this information now. You know what I mean? Like, don't just take this and be like, okay, it's going to happen, so now I'm not going to do anything that I was going to do before to make it happen. Like, it's not just going to be given to you. These things need to happen first, you know? These things need to occur for this to occur, you know? It takes effort and it takes certain steps, right? So it's not just like this thing that is a given, right? It's like it can't happen until this emotional, until this space is filled within you that's empty, and him as well. And, you know, it's going to take both of your guys' free will to make that happen, or to work towards that. So, and it's a big deal, you know? So I'm just saying, that's just what you need to know about that. But I do see strength here. I do see strength here, Leo. But it could also just represent basically the strength between you. Overcoming obstacles, that's how I see that. You know, getting through the bullshit. Getting past everything. Really? Nice. That's cool. Hi, you guys. Thanks for being new subscribers. That's awesome. Glad you guys are here. So, alright. Now, let's see. So, it seems like you guys are strong here. I mean, shit. Can't deny that. What about any kids? Do we see marriage? Do we see kids? I mean, what do we see in the future for these two? Do we see commitment? Do we see this lasting long term? Anything we need to know in regards to that? Oh, wow. I knew that was going to happen too. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have asked. But see, why did I feel the need to tell you that before this? That, hey, look, it could change. Why did I feel the need to do that? Because that's like, okay, like, so what are you saying? This isn't really all that great? Yeah, it is. But it could change, and you have to put in the work. And then, boom, Ten of Swords. That's Ten of Swords. So here we go. Let's break this down. Let's break it down. If I see, I mean, let's just, you know, gotta figure it out. All right, so let's see. It's not an ending, necessarily, but it is an unexpected betrayal. We all know the Ten of Swords, right? It's an unexpected betrayal. Someone left you for dead. You know, your back was turned. You trusted them. That's why your back was turned, because you trusted the person. That's why it's an unexpected betrayal. You trusted this motherfucker, and they betrayed you unexpectedly. So, let's see what this is about. And it doesn't mean it's all said and done and it's over. It just means that there was an unexpected betrayal. And it's up to you if you want to, you know, well, basically, it's up to you what you want to do about that. It could have been you as well. Perfect. Look at this. That's the Ten of Swords, okay? In the Cat Tarot, it doesn't really look intimidating or crazy much. I mean, it kind of looks weird, crazy, but it's just not the same effect. So here we are. 10 swords stabbed in your back because you trusted them, so your back was turned to the person. And yeah, didn't see it coming. So, the thing about this card that's cool, though, is you see his hand that's open right there? His palm? It's open because he is accepting what has happened here. He's ready to move on to the next phase of life. I mean, he's very dead, but the essence of it is he's ready to move on to the next phase of life. He's not going to dwell and let it, you know, ruin his legacy or his legend or his, you know, soul or whatever you want to, you know, look at it, however you want to see it. He's ready to move on to the next stage of life, incarnation or whatever he believes in. And so it's okay. You know, this is it's an unexpected betrayal, but it's not the death of you. So obviously this most of the time isn't talking about someone who's really getting killed. We're talking about an unexpected betrayal. So it means that it's not going to hit you so hard to where you're going to be fucked for life. Like, you are going to be able to stand back up. And, you know, if you feel like you're not, just maybe take the advice that he is, you know, displaying here. Try to just accept that not everybody deserves what happens to them. It's not like you deserved it. It's not like it's your fault. And if this is you doing it to someone else, then obviously they can say the same thing. So, you know, because it could be you betraying this person. It doesn't have to mean you were betrayed. I mean, you could be the one betraying, you know? Okay. What is the betrayal? Can you tell? Second, third time that was said. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into it for sure. So let's see what this betrayal is for. What is this talking about here? Can we see what the betrayal is here for Feisty Queen? What is the Ten of Swords representing here in this connection with her and Alex? She's gotten it a few times in different readings, and we'd like to get some clarity on that, please. Oh. Alright, so these cards flew out first. This one first. Eight of Wands. Headed in some direction. And what direction is that? Drastic change or an ending. Makes sense. Okay, it doesn't have to be an ending necessarily, but very well could be. Big changes happen after this betrayal. It's not the same. Somebody can't let it go. So I would doubt that it is an ending, because it seems like, you know, this is more of somebody who's trying to put their best foot forward, have new experiences, and move on. But this foot can't, and it's firmly set in the past, and it's not going to give up that spot. You know, with its sword, it's very personal, it's very defensive about it, it's holding on to it, it can't let it go. It tries to, it can't though. So I would say that, you know, it's almost like the situation of like, why do they stay together or they fight so much? Or like, they probably shouldn't be together, you know, it's like, but they do stay together. And it's like, but they can't let shit go. And it's like, it's either that or it's you guys break up and somebody is hanging on to it still. I mean, if there's a younger earth sign person, or I mean, younger air sign person, that would be. This is Scorpio. Leo. Alright. Now, let's see what else here. What is this betrayal representing? Do we need some kind of like understanding of this? So as maybe to prevent it, possibly? What is this betrayal or breach of trust? This unexpected breach of trust here. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about this, please? Okay, Nine of Pentacles. It probably had to do some with, oh, hang on, let me not go there yet. Tell me about this Ten of Swords, and what do we need to know about this betrayal here? What do we need to know? A lot about security, a lot about money and, you know, foundation, security, things that are, you know, comfortable or you know, things that are keeping our lives going, like the structure of it. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Okay, give us one more to represent this Ten of Swords here, please, and give us the context, please, for Feisty Queen. What is this Ten of Swords representing, please, for her and Alex? What is this Ten of Swords representing for her and Alex? Okay, we have a younger fire sign person as well, and some tension. So, no shit, right? Tension. What? Okay. Tension. Let me just get these cards really quick. Okay, so we do see here that there's somebody who's either non-committal or they're, you know, with this Three of Pentacles here, it could be that somebody is, you know, there could be a third party. Exchanging of ideas is that card, and, you know, cooperation and collaboration, this comes after. So we see somebody who's focused and steady, you know, well-rounded person. The Nine of Pentacles is a very good position to be in. It's, you know, it's an ideal position for anyone to be in, man or woman, because it's the best of each. You know, it's the masculine independence, ability to take care of yourself and be self-sufficient, you know, that's and provide. That's the masculine. And the, you know, she's tending to this garden around her, and she's also tending or feeding this bird, so it's the nurturing side, the feminine. It's both, you know, masculine and feminine. It's the all-around woman. It's very ideal prime position to be in. So then this happens, and it's either collaboration, working together, or it's, you know, maybe it's a third party person situation, maybe at work, or there's some kind of exchanging of ideas here that kind of goes and you know, it leads to the Knight of Wands. And it makes me feel like either this third party is something that they're not committed to, but it still isn't something that's okay. You know, it still causes a mess here. You know, it's something that they kind of just like get over quick, but it's still something that's not okay. You know, it's something that they're inviting another third person into the, you know, relationship, not like with you there, but, you know, I mean, it could be shit, but I mean, it doesn't even have to be romantic. It's just exchanging of ideas. But what do these ideas lead to? And that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down. But the Page of Wands here, it's kind of like, you know, it's an action that was taken without thinking, impulsively. So, I mean, it kind of seems to me like this person's well-rounded, and they get a little carried away here, but they're not committed to that. But it doesn't mean it doesn't cause problems. You know, it was something that was maybe done without much forethought, but it's still, I mean, that's a shame, because look what it caused, you know? And so there's a lot more to this story, obviously. But I feel like it has to do with exchanging of ideas to someone. It's either this person is the one doing it because they feel like they have their shit together so much and they're holding this thing down that they can, you know, have a little fun, or they can, you know, they should be able, it's kind of like a, I mean, I don't want to say entitlement, because that's really not what that card's about, but it's just, I feel like it's either that person who has that, you know, is in this position that does this because they, you know, maybe they feel justified in some way, but it could also be that this is the other person, and who's not getting involved in this. This is the person that's holding it down, and the other person is the one getting involved in something that they're not committed to. But either way, it's like what's done is done, and I don't think anything necessarily happens. It's just exchanging of ideas, collaborating. So it's almost like before it even happens, or anything even happens with a third party situation, it's done and over with. But it still causes tension, and maybe that's because something's not being said, you know. It comes out later on to where somebody feels like, damn, like, you really fucked me over and I had no idea, you know. And it was just an impulsive thing, but it still causes the tension there, and that's not good. That's not something that you want to that's not something that you really want to have in a relationship, obviously. But I would just be careful with, you know, you guys have to balance out, you have to, you know, try to equal out who is providing and nurturing, because it seems like one person is taking the sole role of that eventually, and that causes some issues. You know, it should be equal, and it should be, you know, you guys spending a lot of time with each other and appreciating each other, so that this can't even, third person's not even thought about, because it's like you're on the same page, you know, you're both working just as hard, and it's like you're providing for each other and yourselves, and like there's no time for this is how I would see that, you know. But it shouldn't be this, it shouldn't be one person doing this in a relationship, you know what I mean? Maybe that can help to prevent it, possibly. Not really sure. That's kind of what I'm seeing, though, from that. What do you think? Hasty decision. Don't do that. You know, think before you act. For God's sakes. Maybe that would be helpful. Ugh, that's just such an ugly card, isn't it? Sorry I had to fuck that up by continuing and asking for one more card to send us down the rabbit hole and have to figure out why the betrayal happened. Okay, so Patricia V. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Okay, yes, thank you. All right, I do see it from Patricia. Is that the one who's next, Jaded? Or was there somebody before them? I just am trying to make sure because I feel like there was, but if there wasn't, that's fine. We can just go ahead with Patricia. I just don't want to skip anybody, you know. If there was somebody first. Wait, Feisty, didn't you have another question? I think you had 2 questions, right? Did we already answer your 2 questions? I'm all over the place. Please let me, please remind me of what we're doing. Did we answer 2 questions for you already? I feel like we didn't. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Um. Feisty, go ahead and ask your second question. That's fine. But thank you, Jaded Kate. You're on it. You're on it. But that's okay. It's Feisty. I mean, honestly, Feisty. You know, she's a, you know, she's always here. It's like, you know, and not to pick favorites or I mean, I'm just saying she's always here. It's like, so we're good. You know, we're good. You can ask. You can ask another question. I mean, you know, because we kind of did. You know, you can ask. We didn't really, you know, officially ask the second question. You know, and like I knew that was the case. Like when I did it. Hi, Nirmala. Yeah, that is the question that I had for Patricia, by the way, too, is the one about nursing. So I'm going to go into that one. So, the question I have for her is, will I be accepted to nursing school by May 2022? I'm still waiting for the notification. Okay. Yes, it did. Sometimes I get carried away. So let's do, while we're waiting for Feisty, I'll try to answer this one. I mean, I don't do yes or no questions, like yes or no. She said, will I get accepted by May 2022? Let's see. You know what I usually do with outcome questions that people want to know is like certain, like things like this. Not really relationship stuff, but like things like what will happen, in with something else. Like, for example, this nursing school thing and getting the notification or the acceptance, right? So what I'll do is like look at like, okay, what is the person going to feel after May 22 or 2022? And we kind of get the energy of what they're feeling, and then we can kind of come together with a conclusion of what probably happened, Sometimes, though, what happens is people think they want something. It's funny, like, then you see how they feel afterwards, and it's like they're not happy with it. And it's interesting to see that, because then it's like, so even if you get it, it's not everybody, but it's like if you get what you wanted, a lot of times they notice they're not happy. It's like weird. It's like they really didn't want it or something, but this could be different. So I'm just curious to see if that would happen again. Let's see what's happening here. What do we need to know about Patricia and nursing school and getting accepted by May 2022? Can you tell us anything we can know? Anything that you can give us, any information? Help us understand what would happen here in May 2022 regarding Patricia's nursing school acceptance or approval or notification, as she called it. We want to know what we need to know about that. What would be helpful to know? And sometimes they don't want you to know, because you might change something and think like, oh, if you're just going to get it, then you might switch up your study, the way you study. And it's like, so sometimes you won't be told a yes or no. That's why I don't do yes or no's, but because it's never really, sometimes it's yes and sometimes it's no, and it's pretty obvious, but and I'll let you know if that's the case, but usually it's not very obvious whether it's yes or no, and we have free will, so we can go any which way with it, and we can choose to do whatever we want with it. It doesn't mean it's set in stone. You don't have to do anything that the cards are saying. You can totally go and rebel against them, and you would have a different outcome. I mean, you possibly wouldn't, but you probably would. So let's see what they want us to know about this. I don't want you to change anything about your routine or what you've been doing if it's going to be a yes, because then you might just slack off and be like, well, I'm going to get it, so. And it's like, no, not if you don't do these certain things. So sometimes it's best if you don't know. But let's see what we can find out here about this. If anything, what do the cards want us to know about you getting accepted to nursing school in May 2022? Anything we need to know about this? Anything that's important for us to know? Anything you can bring to her attention about this issue or about this topic? Anything at all for Patricia and her nursing school acceptance? We want to know what we need to know about this possibility happening in May 2022. What can you tell us about her emotional state in May 2022 in regards to her getting approved or not getting approved to nursing school? What can you tell us about her energy here? Give us a better representation of what the outcome might be. Okay, it's saying you're gonna have to wait a long time. Maybe it's, you know, you've been waiting a long time. But you could have to wait longer if you haven't been waiting a long time at this time, then that could mean you're at that time going to have to wait a long time for some reason. Being very patient, waiting, watching this garden grow here. Just watching it grow. It's going to take a while, you know. Gotta be patient. Can't just have it right now. Gotta be patient, gotta wait, gotta watch, gotta be patient. Let's see what else here. Anything else we need to know about May 2022? Anything we need to know about May 2022 for Patricia, please? King of Pentacles. Good. Anything else we need to know for May 2022 for Patricia? What's her emotional state like in regards to her nursing acceptance or non-acceptance? What do we need to know here? What can you tell us about her energy? What can you tell us about her energy? Three of Wands. I feel like you're proud of yourself. It's been a long time coming. King of Pentacles is here. Awesome. It's like you're accomplishing things. You have your stability. You have your... And not even just stability. I mean, the King of Pentacles is pretty much about, like, material items and valuables. Like, being very materialistic. Like, you have money now, possibly. I mean, maybe that's why that's coming out. But it is somebody who is successful and who has stuff. You know, who has valuable stuff. And then we see this, you know, Three of Wands here is somebody who's looking at all the events that have led up to this point now where they're at on this, you know, rock or whatever that is, looking about and seeing, you know, that they've created all of this in front of them and they're very proud of themselves. Here we have the Hanged Man, so it's like a bit of hesitation there on what you're going to do to take action in your next, you know, step for some reason, and there's some tension there with some people. You know, there's a little bit of tension. Maybe there's competition of some sort. It's not really physical, even though it looks physical there with the Five of Wands. You know, it looks like they've got their wands, they're ready to fight, but it really is just usually ego bickering and just dumb, like somebody jealous maybe. I mean, and you don't really know how to take action about it. Or maybe you're just going to observe what's the best mode of action and you see people standing in the way or trying to kind of, you know, persuade you to do something, you know, that wouldn't be in your best interest, or something, you know, out of jealousy, out of spite or something. Or maybe that's what you're trying to do. I mean, it says take responsibility. Maybe it's saying take responsibility, like, you did this. This is why you're proud. So understand that you are the only one who matters, like, in your world of, like, these people don't matter. Like, what you're going to do next, that's what matters. You're the only person that can, you know what that should be. And, you know, trust that, because look what you've created. Look what you've done. Look at all that you've created, you know, and you've accomplished it. So it's kind of like a reminder. And the Four of Cups here is like, you're probably going to close out some people. You're going to cut off some people. I feel like it's a yes, but, I mean, you have success here. So even if it's not a yes, there's success. But I feel like since we're asking about that, obviously, then, you know, and we're seeing success, that's pretty much a surefire way to see success, in regards to that question. That was too many, so. And it seems like you're going to be not giving or taking any offers. So maybe you're not going to accept the offer to nursing school. I mean, I'm not sure. It seems more so to be like you're cutting off from people that are toxic for you and that are going to stand in the way of you progressing, especially after this accomplishment that you're so proud of yourself. It's taken so long and you now have this like financial security or, you know, material independence for some reason. You know, it's showing wealth. It's showing basically like success, you know, and the ability to have nice things. And it, you know, the King of Pentacles is all materialistic. So here we see somebody closing off and not giving or taking any offers, not being bothered by it, just kind of allowing nothing to come in and penetrate their wall, you know, and be like, they're just going to be very on guard. Not like the Nine of Wands on guard, but just like not taking bullshit, not putting up with anything. And maybe they'll isolate for a little bit. I mean, just so that they're by themselves in the company of somebody they can trust and know it doesn't have their worst interest at heart. You know, they know that they know what's best for themselves. Look what they've gotten. Look how far they've come anyway with themselves. So why do they need other people to bring them down? You know, it's and so maybe that's something that they're going to have to look at and take responsibility for. Like, okay, well, what are you going to do about that? Ignore the fuck out of them. You know, cut them off and just don't deal with them. And it takes a second to kind of probably make that decision, because these might be people that you thought were your good friends, or even family members. People that are just negative and jealous are the people that you don't want around, especially at that time that you're succeeding in life and you've worked really hard for something and people just want to bring it down. You don't want to be around that. Don't do that to yourself. What are my mother's feelings or thoughts toward me now since I left? Okay. Okay. What are my mother's thoughts and feelings towards me now since I left? What are Feisty's mother's feelings or thoughts toward her since I left? Okay, Feisty. I'm going to start your reading right now, okay? And you can come watch it later, okay? Thank you. Thanks, girl. And thank you, Patricia, as well. Okay. So let's see here. What does your mother feel? What does your mother feel or think since you left? Since you've been gone. What does Feisty's Queen's mother feel about her since she's been gone? Yeah, feeling abandoned, feeling a bit lost, feeling a bit stuck. I would say for sure. You know, there's a lot of tension going on within themselves and probably with you as well. And whether that's, you know, something that's being expressed or not, but it's probably felt when you're close by her, you know, if you're in the house or you're around her, wherever she is, like if you're near her, it's probably felt, the tension. But, so yeah, I feel like definitely somebody feels kind of a bit lost, you know, and a little bit stuck and a little bit abandoned, you know. Tension is there. Blaming. Not really self-blame, you know, more like blaming somebody else. It just seems kind of like they probably depended on you in some way for something pretty, you know, strongly. You will have the opportunity to communicate it, though, or they will, with the Ace of Swords there. Which is, you know, a good thing. But, I mean, that's, you know, that's what needs to happen. Because these are a lot of, like, you know, that's very sad. Like, it just, and I'm not judging, but it's just like, you know, it'd be nice if you guys would have a conversation so that they could feel better and you could feel better about it. Like, the way that it seems is just, like, it's definitely getting to them. It's definitely something that's not, they're not used to, or it's not fun, you know, it sucks. Let's see what other energies here we have for your mother's thoughts and feelings since you left. Yang, proactivity, expression, doing and moving, or in forward motion. So, proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. Okay? So, although this is happening, they're trying to push forward. Maybe they won't let it show, or maybe this is, You know, they're pushing forward this communication or this conversation, possibly. Or they're ready to forgive. They're ready to move forward and not, like, let this be a thing between you anymore. You know, they're ready to, like, just leave it all behind and just move forward. Sagittarius, optimism, exploration, and freedom. Okay. Optimism, exploration, and freedom. It's kind of like you guys, you know, this can be resolved. Whatever this tension is, and, you know, I mean, about you leaving. Whatever they're feeling stuck by. I mean, it's really something that can be resolved. And there's going to be the perfect time and place for it to be resolved, too. Obviously, with the Ace of Swords, that's what that means. You know, optimism, expansion, and freedom. So don't be afraid to kind of, like, you know, just say what's on your mind. You have to communicate this. This is the only way to move forward, I feel like, too. And that's, you know, you can miss opportunities. You don't have to take them. You can miss them. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you miss the opportunity, I mean, you could completely miss the opportunity. And then it will be even harder to kind of come out and say things that you're trying to say. And, you know, to know that they're going to be received in a way that makes you feel, like, comfortable that you can even say anything else. Cancer is nurture, comfort, and protection, which makes me feel like, yeah, it's not going to be as harsh as it seemed at first. Like, you have the ability to grow and kind of expand here and express yourselves. There's something that you're going to be able to do here in regards to this conversation that you guys need to have ASAP. It's going to probably create a closer bond because there's this nurturing, comfort, and protection. It's like maybe you guys will hear each other out in a way that you never have before, you know. But the conversation needs to happen because then you guys need to have conversations in general when things like this happen. The person feels abandoned and they feel tension, they feel upset at you about it, kind of blaming you probably, you know, instead of like anything to do with themselves, it seems. That's what I think of when I see this card. It's like, it doesn't really seem like it's about taking fault or of anything, you know? So, what else here? Fixed. Stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. You guys could be both, you guys both could be really stubborn in this. Fixed. Yeah, it's persistence, you know, stability, loyalty, and dependability, but it's fixed. It's stubborn. It is my way, and that's the only way I see it. You know, it's very rigid at the same time, you know, so it's stable, but it's rigid. And if you're going to express yourselves, it may be in your own type of way, which is, you know, something that isn't always the most helpful to the situation. You know, it's like, you don't have to respond that way. You don't have to respond in a way that's, you know, stubborn and not open-minded, because people are stubborn. No one's going to want to listen to that, you know? They're like, no, I don't agree. And it's like you guys are both doing that. No, I don't agree. No, I don't agree. So it's like, can it be resolved? I mean, it really is up to you. You know, it's really up to both of you, and if you're going to want to put the effort out, or you just want to see your own way, and that's it. You know? Hi, V. Conchant, or can't conchant. You don't forget the vowels, do you? Yeah, conchant, conchan, conchin, conchin, conchan. I forget, but hi. Yeah, it has been forever. Jesus. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you're here. Did it. Yeah. It can do that. Yeah, it can. It definitely... Well, I mean, I haven't seen myself like a friend or anything, but those psychic sites, Jesus, they make money. And the people that call, I mean, they call a lot. When you start to get regulars, it's like, how do these people afford this? Wow, are you serious? Okay. Okay. Are you sure there's no lit? Okay. Because that's fine. I just wanted to make sure, because I keep feeling like there's somebody I'm missing, but I guess not. Yeah, so if there is no list, I'm going to sign off of here because my energy is decreasing every second we continue to speak, because, you know, that's how it is with readings, that you get drained. You get drained, you guys, so I can't express that enough. But I did have a great time, and I hope you guys did too, and I'm going to be coming back on again tonight. So, you know, come join us again. That'd be fun. So let's do it. I want to see you guys there, okay? Kanchan, that means you. Thanks for liking this video, you guys. Thanks for everybody who donated. I really appreciate your guys' donations and participation, and, you know, your being here in general. So thanks, you guys. I will see you tonight, okay? You guys have a great day or night, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.